Alright. Well, Riven's gonna be late because Riven is Riven, and Tofik said he might be here for the first hour. There he is. Speak of the devil, and the devil appears.
Wow.
Like, literally, as I just finished my sentence talking about you.
Yeah, I'm making the devil. He's making a mage.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Oh,
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Alrighty. So, last week was kind of action-packed. You guys went to your handler, got your new second trial from the handler about going to take down a mythic monster, during which time Rowan was approached by some individual from the guild. Basically, the long story short of it is that they know this party has an affiliation with Shadowmere, and Shadowmere had gone quiet. And so they had asked you to look into it. You guys entered Shadowmere after finishing a few things in the Black City and found yourselves in a strange space, which you later identified to be the Mirrorverse, which was a ancient form of magic created by the Keeper. And it's basically known that once you're stuck in there, there's not really a good way to get out of there unless one of the attendants come and get you. But this isn't your guys' first rodeo. You guys have actually been in the Mirrorverse before and realized that you guys still have the same tool that you used to get out last time. So using the Well of Worlds, you, well, let me back up. You guys felt like, at least Tofik felt like he was being watched and messed with by invisible or unseen forces. You guys decided then and there that it was not worth staying here, and decided to go down the Well of Worlds, which led to one of the circles of Gehenna, and it happened to be the lava circle. And you lot were smart enough to land where you wouldn't die to lava, but the thing that followed you through the hole was not, and you took down a mythical creature by proxy. You returned back to the returned to Shademere. That's when you were informed that you had completed the quest, because apparently the creature you killed was mythic. And then when you returned to the Black City, the handler said, well, here's the fragment. The next time when I give you an assignment to kill a mythic creature, kill that one. Don't go kill another one. After that, Oni had sent his knight to Limbo to go hunt for your... Oh, no, Grim, no, okay. Now I'm starting to remember. No, he wasn't sent to Limbo. He was sent there because he had to roll on Chaos Table, and it sent him to a different plane, and no one had a way to get to that particular plane that he was on. At least not directly. He ended up in the stomach of a very gigantic creature where he decided that one of the feats that he hadn't picked yet would be resistance to acid damage, which resulted in him living. You guys figured out how to get him out. Which resulted in a trip to the Dark Syndicate Underground and the Church of Cyric, where only being the cheap person that he is, could not afford to resurrect his fallen companion, so instead he opted for the cheaper option of reincarnation, to which the cleric replied, "Turn around, you don't want to watch this," as he smashed Sir Snick's face in. After that, he was reincarnated into an elf, and then the group left, and then a bunch of stuff happened with Archie and Saya, and then a bunch of stuff happened with Sai, sorry, couldn't think of your name. A bunch of stuff happened with Sai. Each have been kind of given rewards and paths to go down. And then the rest of the party had decided that they wanted to take a few more quests, which were a promising A-ranked quest to hunt elementals in the Southern Plains. There's a nest of in the brain, work with me here. In the Southern Plains, there's a nest of cradles that need to be exterminated before they summon an even greater threat. And then you also have C rank, which wasn't a kill quest. This one was more of a fetch quest. The Magi Assembly would like you to travel to the Western Plains, find the living miracles, and deliver them 3 so that they can study them. They need to be brought back alive. And I'm only saying that because that's literally in bold. And I believe you guys were basically ended on traveling out that direction. Let me just double check the world map to see if I actually you guys out there. No, I did not. Or it didn't save me putting it out there. By the way. So here. Oh, that's right. You were about ready to leave, and that's when I ended it off because it was close to time. So, did you guys want to go west first or south first?
We had gotten stopped by the hags. And you went mute.
Right, that was the south. And I forgot to drop a note what the magic in combat was. Oh, I don't think I started. I think you guys literally made one attack and I said let's end this here before we get into a whole thing. So,
Yeah.
opening scene, roll initiative because you guys unleashed a big attack.
We're still on the
Oh, my bad.
start page.
Thank you, sir. Activate blink bad map.
That's because I rolled chaos and I got turned into a sheep. Thank you, Roran.
Mm-hmm. This guy does not exist. He is just here to hold the initiative counter. Because I'm going to just treat these guys are low enough in strength. I'm just going to treat them all as one giant unit. Hey, my music's working again. I think I'm just missing Oni.
Yeah, sorry, my energy's just being very slow right now.
Oh, you're good. I just wanted to make sure that we hadn't lost you or something. As is usual with combat, Sayus, you start things off.
Grab 2 blades from my side. Start spinning. And if possible, as that first blade comes by, it slices the right arm off.
The arm falls off.
And actually, for the first time, both of them connect, and both of them, I took the left and the right arm off.
As that creature drops dead.
Roran, does this cause any damage going through this or difficult terrain?
It's difficult terrain if you're moving towards me, and technically you were only supposed to take damage when you start your turn in the area. So you've already taken the damage that you would have taken.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Move to there and end turn.
Traffic.
Alrighty, right. I'll move to there. There, and I will cast Greater Invisibility on Auroran. And I will use my bonus action to summon my cup. And I will end my turn. I cast Greater Invisibility. Each invisibility. No. Didn't want to cast Greater Invisibility, did they? Alright, but yeah, that'll end my turn, but like I said, I will try to see if it'll make...
Hey, it's working again, Grim. Sort of. Question is, can you guys still see him?
I can.
Ah, it's working 50%. Great. So it tents the token properly, it just doesn't hide it.
Well, I cast it on Roran.
My bad.
I'm like, I'm cool. I'm almost invisible.
Alright. I have 90-foot fly speed. Fly to here. And I'm going to activate my sign power, my Pisces power, at rank 1. So it's only a 10-foot radius.
Okay.
So it should be enough to hit these guys. Then I moved 65. I can go to there. And that should cause all of them to make a DC 26 wisdom save.
Okay. You can meet 2 seconds.
Nice math. Nice math.
There we go. Alright,
Alright.
so you said all of them making a what? Wisdom save?
Yeah.
Okay. You said 26?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they ain't making that, Chief.
I believe it also hit the hags above me.
Okay, I'll have them do that in a second. Just want to make sure I get all these guys. So feel free to do your D4 against them while I do the hags.
No, I only cast it at first level. It doesn't deal any damage.
Oh, you're right.
Because I think these guys are mind controlled and I don't actually want to kill them.
That is fair. That is fair. Let's see. They all fail, and they all do not have legendary resistance. Do they have any reactions that they could do to counter this? They do not. Well, you put them to sleep.
As bonus action, I can redirect my Boreal Winds so that it's hitting 3 hags.
Okie dokie. And if you can, throw that spell up for me real quick. Just so I can remember what it does. Gotcha. Okay.
Alright, I still have an action. So I'm going to hit, nearest one, Blight. Sorry, that should have only been 29 damage. Forgot about the build thing. Oh, but they're resistant to necrotic.
Alright, so this is plus 40. And it was 29, which is reduced to 14.
And that's my turn.
Alrighty. So, in effect, basically, Boreal Winds makes it so they take damage at the start of their turn, and they have to spend double movement because it's difficult terrain.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So I believe it is a con save again. Pretty sure that fails.
3 damage.
And this is cold, right?
Yep.
Do you bypass resistances or immunities?
No.
Well, the first thing you would learn about a burr hag is they are the cold hag. So this one is immune to the cold damage. But it's still affected by the wind, so it has to make double movement. And while you are... Oh, wait, that's right. Yeah, so let's make that save for the... It cannot make it. It goes back to sleep. Well, actually, it can make it. It's just going to be very unlikely. Go ahead and make your damage roll for that. Oh, wait, it's not damage. Right, sorry. It is back to sleep. And you are...
17 damage.
Damage. Fails, so take 17 there, and it failed. Hit save. Full damage. Yeah, I don't have any resistance to cold. Wait, what did you say DC was again? For
46.
46. Actually, it passed. Doesn't have anything it can do, though. If this is set up. Not understanding the caliber of creature that it is facing, it is going to attempt to cast a spell.
Ooh, how close are we?
Just close enough.
Exactly.
Well, if they're gonna cast a spell, I'm definitely trying to counter spell base level.
Alrighty, make that. Yeah, make that saving throw, or sorry, ability check.
Okay. Come on. Here.
You'll need a 12, I believe.
Yeah, I'm nowhere near that.
Well, it's a 10 plus the d20, isn't it?
Yeah, but I just need a 12 if I
Hold on. In terms of cast, 10 plus
so
the spell.
10.
10 plus the spell's level. Sorry, you needed a 15. It was
Yeah.
a 5th level.
Yeah, so that would be if I rolled a 3, 13.
Do you have a plus 12 intelligence?
No, I have a plus 10.
That's fucking close, though.
But then you have, do you add the proficiency bonus, and that's 15.
No, there's a class that allows you to add your proficiency bonus. I think one of the wizard classes
Right,
allows.
it's been a while since I've fucking even thought about rolling one of those.
Yeah, counterspell is just a straight ability check, unfortunately. So it's your intelligence check versus.
Yeah, I got smoked. I rolled a 13. So basically, I rolled what I could already dispel with.
Yes, exactly. All right, then anyone else going to attempt a counterspell before the spell goes off?
Yeah, I'll also counterspell basic at basic level 3.
All right, so roll that ability check for me. I think yours is wisdom, right? Or is yours also intelligence?
Wisdom, yeah.
That's what I thought yours was similar to a cleric class in that regard. Ooh, a 17. Yes, that is a pass. So the witch starts to make what is this verbal inspo? Starts waving her hands and starts conjuring this green, etheric-like mist. Topic makes the first attempt to counterspell. Unfortunately, all he gets is puffs of smoke and sparks coming out of his hands as he casts the spell. Only giving him some backup, uses his own counterspell and was able to override the witch's magic. It's magic, as you would be aware that she was about to cast Contagion. That would be the that would be the end of the witch's turn.
You were really bad. Warren's gonna kick the crap out of you now.
And this hag doesn't wake up because a 7 is nowhere near a 20, let alone a 26. difficulty?
I will be charging. I'll be doing guiding bolts that. Welcome. Let's see. Should I do it at the highest level? No, I'll be doing guiding bolt at level 3, using my tattoo to make it level 4, and using and charging up to make it level 5. So when my turn comes around, I'll shoot a level 5 guiding bolt.
Okay, that is fair. I'm just gonna skip over their turn because they can't even wake up from this. They don't. Their base stats alone aren't high enough with a natural 20. Sai! Round comes back up to you.
Seeing as how I think I'm gonna hit the cold one because I noticed that didn't work so well. So I think I'm trying to try and take that one off the board as I swap my weapons and start spinning.
Well, that's a little overdone. Overkill.
Off
God.
with its right arm.
I was going to say, this creature snaps out of its daydream just to have you cleave through its fucking right arm as its blood is gushing out. That's kind of a bluish color. It drops from the excessive amount of damage that it took.
Spin, turn to look at the other hag on the other side, and to turn.
Second.
Alright, so here we go. Got 3 left. Alright, Sexy's about to get her ass handed to her. I hope my magic missile works. Alright, magic missile. Going level 5. We need 7 of them bad boys. Alright, here we go. Right, 28 points of damage to Miss Sexy in the middle. Take a little bit of a move here and then end my turn. Medicine people roaring.
Move up here. Bonus action. I will take on my giant form.
Alrighty.
Sorry, I'm getting the thing going.
Oh, no, you're good, you're good. Just confirming that I heard you.
I make attack. Advantage. Oh. $37. And that will be my turn.
Alrighty. So her turn, she needs to make a saving throw against your aura. fails, so she falls asleep. She's not going to get a second chance, apparently.
Oh, and this one would take 66 from the wind.
Right, so can't save for that. That fails, so that is an additional 13 points of cold damage. Alright, and then the Blood Hag. Not that you guys know it's Blood Hag particularly, but you said your DC is 26?
Yep.
The sad thing is that was a crit, and that still wasn't enough. 10d10. Not 10d10. What I was thinking. 25 points of damage. Ori! You have a 5th level guiding bolt charge now.
I don't want to waste all that damage on the one that's dying, so I'm going for this one.
Alrighty, 24 is in fact a hit. Just leaving it out there, Tofik, do you want to use your abilities on anything? Or are you going to reserve that?
No, I think we're good right now. Yeah.
Okay, just double checking. Alright, so that is 32 points of radiant damage. Is there anything I should be adding to that? Or is that just straight like that?
I will be re-rolling that nat 1.
I assume so. Ooh, an extra 4 damage. They do appear to take full radiant damage. And the next physical attack or ranged attack against it is an advantage. Well, any attack that requires an attack roll. Anything else, sir?
She was incapacitated, so you would have had advantage if you want to try and get a crit.
That is a fair point. Just toss me the d20.
Ooh.
Nope, but that was close, sir.
That was so close. I thought that check mark was like, I will be drawing a card.
And 4, which means you're getting the attack rolls are 19 or 20 on a crit. We're getting that to you.
It's activity and bravery. So, what level are we at again? 10, right? So no 3, 6.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I forgot. It's the dice result, not the total. So you're gonna go with bravery.
Yeah, I'll give Sai bravery. So Sai gets to have one more attack if he does he has one more extra attack on his action, on his attack action. That will be it for Omi.
Okie dokie. Like I said, they can't wake up. Back to the top of the round, Sai.
Spin on the one on the stage left, my right.
83 points of zesty damage. And none of that's necrotic, right?
24 of it is necrotic.
Alright, so I gotta give her 12 back.
Oh, I wasn't taking it away?
No, well, I didn't give her resistance.
Magic of combat. Gotcha.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that. I need to add that magic of combat token back. It's not used to having it. So you're gonna let Chaos Rain. Cool. Go ahead and re-roll that for your damage. Alright, Sai, so you feel yourself doing your spin. You feel like you kick a rock and it kind of off-kilters you just slightly. But you feel this overwhelming magic that you have become so familiar with at this point that it redirects you back onto a path that lets you land a blow, killing the blood hag. As you stop spinning from the momentum of the attack, you see these little red motes appear everywhere around you.
Son of a...
And then they all strike into you. Go ahead and make a dex save for me. I keep forgetting I need to edit this one. This one actually does have a save, unlike the coins. So, half damage, because you succeed against the DC of Chaos. So that is 71 points of damage, reduced to 36. No, 35, sorry.
And I will use Oni's extra attack that he gave me to finish this one off. As I slice through this one, and I put both my daggers into the ground and take a knee for a second. Then I look. Because I have true sight, 5 feet, I'm looking around, and I'm like, I know you're around here somewhere. What do we do with the soldiers? And I end my turn.
Top, it is your turn.
Having understood the mission, I will I'll just kind of take the dodge action until find out what else is going on.
Okay, okay. Roarin.
Can I dismiss my aura at will?
Yeah.
Right. I'll dismiss that and wake up one of the, like, sort of shake him awake if I can.
Sure. He is awakened by a giant man.
An invisible giant man.
An invisible giant man, yes. What?
Hey, the hags are dead. Do you still want to fight?
Oh, no. They're hags?
Okay, that's what I thought.
I don't know who you are, mysterious voice in the clouds, but thank you. I'll say we can end that.
One giant hand on one side, one giant hand on the other. Wakes him up.
After dismissing your aura, it takes them a while, but if they are assisted by being shaken awake, they all will wake up.
All right. Looks like you guys were being controlled by a group of hags. They're not far from the Black City, fortunately. They're just up the road there. Do you think you guys can make it there yourselves, or do you have other means to get out of here?
Oh yeah, no, we can make it. Be fine.
Do you have a question?
Sure.
What do you guys remember last?
I remember water and having a wonderful, rowdy evening with the boys here. A tavern and a place surrounded by water, but after that it gets kind of fuzzy. I think we were approached by some babes, but I don't remember their faces. I just remember that they were gorgeous, and like I hung on every word they said.
So it wasn't a town. It was just this random tavern on the water.
That's all I remember. It could have been a town, and may have been on the side of the road. It's hard to say.
And is this the same with all of you guys?
One moment while I double check to see if any of them remember. So change the music out because you guys are no longer fighting. Tabletop atmosphere.
Mr. Coffee, should we give them the tablet test?
Out of character, do I know what you're talking about?
Where we talk about the creature we killed? And we had that clerk keep forgetting about it.
That was mean. Why'd we do that?
It was awesome.
It was. I don't know. I don't think they need all that. Do they not want coffee? Coffee, anybody? I have a lot. You guys look like you might need some. So you guys all had a long rest just now. We can take care of that.
I can speed them on their way.
We have an invisible giant here. He can do some fucked up shit to you if you keep.
You guys were having this conversation. They were kind of talking amongst each other, trying to corral what they do and don't remember. And basically, their insight sucked, like really bad. Below 10 rolls on all of them. So basically, you get that they might have been in a town, but they don't exactly remember which town it was. And they don't remember even what the tavern was called. They just remember that it was sort of strange that they were 1 minute in their minds marching down the road on some sort of mission. And next they were carousing in a tavern with all these beautiful women. And some also very handsome men, but that didn't interest them in the slightest. At least not that any of them are admitting to.
Then, sir, may I ask why you actually mentioned it?
this guy who's been kind of talking here, I did not notice anything. It was that guy over there, Steve. He points to like the guy who's at the very end over here. He's the one who mentioned it. I am just giving you the facts that you asked for.
Well, then why are you acting? If you weren't the one who mentioned it, why are you acting all guilty and such? Sir, were you in with the hags and you like coerce your friends here? Should we have to murder you too?
No. We're good. We're good.
Are you sure? Sai?
I'm gonna message the guild, Adventures Guild, to tell them we are sending. Is it okay if we send 11 lost adventurers through the teleportation circle to you?
Negatory. Do not send.
Like you guys are gonna have to walk to the Black City. I touch one of the guys and I can. Can we move? Or are we still in combat?
No, you're absolutely free to move.
Oh no, there. But yeah, as we're all talking, obviously, I would touch one of the guys and then cast prestidigitation, like on his forehead. Make it smell like a very fabulous coffee blend. But I would say that's a mark, and we will know where you are if you deviate from your course. It's all of you. Just because I cast this one guy, don't make it think it doesn't fucking pertain to all of you.
Okay, sir.
I have to come find you, my invisible giant friend here. Probably isn't invisible anymore since it only lasted 1 minute. He might have to hurt somebody. Which is fucked up because he's the only reason you guys are probably alive right now.
Okay, sir.
Where are you guys from originally? I guess we shouldn't send you to the Black City if that's not where you're from.
They start talking amongst each other again.
What the fuck? Do you not know your home fucking town or where the fuck you're from? Is this one of those things where the thing eats people and then everybody forgets it and stuff? Never mind, I forgot.
No. We're from Kyberry.
Where's that at?
That's
West?
south.
I mean, south. Yeah, south. That's right.
Are you sure then? It looks like you got it wrong for a moment.
Admittedly, whatever those hags did to our minds is affecting us. Yeah, with an insight topic, he can't even attempt to deceive you. He clearly does not know what he's talking about, nor does he seem to actually remember anything. He's literally just trying to... He's acting like a person who's just trying to get out of a situation and run away.
Okay, gentle people. We are on your side. You need to relax. You need to bring your level down to 3. Would you guys like some coffee? I'm an excellent brewmaster. Like, you guys look like you could use some jitters.
We would love some coffee, especially I think I'm kind of maybe hungover. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll cone a coffee them all out. Like yeah, they're probably impressed that I'm just pulling out coffee cups, pouring coffee out of the mug. Here we go.
And with my 5 feet of true sight, I make sure I walk by everyone to make sure none of these guys are illusioned.
So look, if you guys don't know where you're from, I don't know is a good answer. Lying just pisses the little one off over here. He's no longer little, he's actually bigger than me, which is fucking just weird. He was like really tiny when we first met. But the little one over here, he's spayed. And he actually knows who you all are right now, and he will have to come and get you and maybe like steal a baby or something. So quit lying, because he doesn't like that. Alright, let's start from the beginning. Where are you guys going from here?
I think we'll just head to the Black City, and I know a few people there. Maybe they'll be able to tell me what we were doing.
I do these assholes a once over, like I'm just checking uniform. I'm just like, I like kind of turn them around and. Is there anything I can identify on this guy to know more than he does about himself?
Make an investigation check.
My specialty.
Would I be able to help with this, where I am also giving them the once over?
Good. I mean, he already has advantage. If you'd like to roll separately on your own, go for it.
Oh, I'll walk by him and give him guidance.
Fair enough. All right, go ahead and roll a d4 to that, sir. Interesting.
I'm pretty sure that was the straw right there.
Let me pull up my roadmap. We are going into this drive to go to this drive.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, I crushed that roll.
Yeah, absolutely you did.
Like, I just realized this guy wrote his name on his underwear. Sure, your name's written on your underwear.
Why is he wearing Jeff's then?
I don't know. Oh my God, it happens. I had to question somebody why they're wearing somebody else's underwear. No, I'm not fucking kidding you. Our names are stamped on our shit, dude. I am not fucking joking you. There are truly, and we really had names stamped on underwear. And I had to ask somebody, why you're wearing and I already had known because the kid had told me his underwear had been stolen the night before.
That is a very weird tangent that sounds made up, but I actually believe you.
It's the military, dude. I'm telling you, man. The Marine Corps, it's insane the shit people do. I was standing behind somebody and I could read the name through their shirt and I'm like, hey, why the fuck you got Smith's shirt on? And Smith goes, what? I'm like, dude, that's your fucking shirt, dude.
All right, so you're not sure why you know this. This is one of those moments where Tophic as a construct, you realize there's things in your memory banks that you just don't recall learning. You know it's there, and it's not like it's tampered evidence. You feel like you've had this memory the entire time. It's just been buried, right? With a 37, you take a look at these men, every one of them, you look at their standards, and the first thing you notice is it is the Black Empire standard, which is not a surprise. You're in the Black Empire. There's not really any other... I mean, there are kingdoms, but there's not really anything that's specific military-wise. But, due to some coat of arms that is on his jacket, and the way that the jacket is designed in color, you remember this exact standard tabard and coat of arms lends itself to a... It's not necessarily a guard's uniform, but it's like when a better way to put it. It's like when someone's coming from the Navy versus the Marine Corps. You have different uniforms.
Yeah.
And military, different uniforms. You know that these people are from a detachment that is associated with the town of Phyllis Glen, which is in the southeast, and it acts as a border town between the Black Plains and the Desert of Death.
Well, I will notify these gentlemen of that.
Phyllis Glen. Phyllis Glen. That's right! Right! And they all start to kind of like, yeah, right, that's it, yeah. And based on your insight check from earlier, they all seem genuine about this. You have just reminded them where they come from. That's right, and we're supposed to be going to the Black City for... Oh no, they start looking at each other. Oh no. We're in so much trouble. No.
Oh, what'd you guys do?
Yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, what date is it? What is the date?
Tuesday. Myth 12th.
I was going to say, we both know there is no Tuesday. Myth 12th.
Zao Day.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a... No. There was supposed to be a meeting yesterday from representatives from each city's military in the Black Plains at the Black City to discuss any issues that have come up or things that, might be too sensitive to convey over letter or guild card, things that would be better to said in person. It's a big to-do. Every city, including the newly formed Kylie Land, sends a military detachment to this meeting, this meetup, this convention. That's the word, convention. Security Council? I don't know what it's called. Anyway, sorry. We were supposed to be there yesterday. We departed. But that can't be right. We couldn't have been under their control for longer than a day, right?
The year is 123.
Okay, good. At least it's the same year. Oh.
That was a good one, Rowan.
The last. So you're not trying to just make me feel bad. It really is the 12th. Miss.
Yep.
The last day I remember was the 17th of Glacius.
And how long ago was that?
Literally about a month. It's like 5 days shy of 5 days shy of a month.
Wow, they had you guys as a harem for that long. I bet you enjoyed your time doing that.
Maybe if I could remember it.
Which one of you guys are pregnant?
Yep, so one of you guys is. I'm telling you. You think that sounds weird, but it's not.
Was the hags involved? No.
That's not how it works?
No, those are fae, and fae can do some weird stuff to you. But no, that would not. These are all men, right? Or
yes, they all seem to be men anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't think that mattered.
It does. Yeah, you're attuned. Your life has. Look, man, woman, and I kind of do the whole whoa, and be like, there is an exchange of seed and flowers, the stamen and I kind of
Oh, you mean Oni and his manservant?
Well, and that
You mean women's servant?
Woo. What Oni does with that criminal mind is his business. I do not wish to discuss it. But no, I don't believe that those two could get themselves pregnant. It doesn't work that way either. Unless one of them is a woman and I just don't realize it. Oni, are you a girl?
No, but his manservant is now a woman servant because she was reincarnated into an elf.
Oh.
A female.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. I think you were asleep during that
Slime.
point.
I am. Yeah, I definitely.
I remember hearing you snoring a little bit, and I just like kind of was like, okay, it's cool. This has happened only a couple times before.
Yeah. No, well, I usually I don't see what's going on, but that day I was really. I don't even know what the hell. Okay.
Yeah, because they had visited the Temple of Sirik, and you were surprisingly quiet for things you would have had commentary on.
You're like, oh, Brandon would have said something. What? Yes, that's how it would work. If the handsome Oni and his elf maiden were to enjoy each other.
There's slime now.
Slime. You're
Yeah.
slime?
No.
The elf maiden is a slime?
Yeah.
Ha ha ha! Slime. Now we can put out fires as well. Smother them and all that.
Also, please do not talk about this in front of Avatar. Avatar is still a young child.
Me and him have smoked together. What are you talking about?
I still haven't talked about the birth
wait.
with him.
So
Yes, sir.
when Mr. Coffee said you were a child, you're like, no, I'm just my race is just small. What if Avatar's race is just small?
I don't think. No. Well, it hatched from an egg not that long ago.
So, didn't you hatch from an egg?
Oh.
I'm a mammal. We don't do that.
And he's the.
Wait. Does that mean that we can
have this discussion here, and
Meanwhile, I'm typing on my card and I sent it on the chat.
Technically, Sid Oni would have been hatched from an egg, even though he is a mammal. It would have been an eternal kind of soft, not like something like a chicken egg or something like that. Much different. It's more of a sac. For the egg is actually what's considered, I guess, the female zygote.
Oh,
She's gonna kill us.
Yeah. I think you guys should start heading out as soon as possible.
Oh, you guys can leave now. We everybody, please return your cups to this bag. Excellent work in being a harem for a group of hags. We got to figure out what other mischief you might have created. If you come up with something, please report it to the Black City.
We have an instructor that's high up. We can tell him to, like, I don't know, see about doing something to have a meeting with y'all. So
I'm having this right now, Oni. Why do you need to bring it up the chain?
Well, I was wondering.
We've got this. We've got this.
I was wondering about, like, what is there anything like very important that's happening that we should know?
There's always something important happening, Oni.
Well, over there.
If he wanted you to know, he would contact you and tell you what the hell it is.
I mean, this will be good knowledge for you since you're gonna be, you might be emperor in the future.
And that's why I don't need to make contact with somebody else to make decisions about what's going on.
So wouldn't it be good to know about what's going on in the south right now?
It would be.
Hey, Tophic, let me 11 D100s.
11 D100s. 9, 10, 101. Ooh. It's not really. It's actually. Wow. Only 2? You're fucking kidding me. Huh.
They're getting ready and putting themselves together. getting ready to kind of forced march their way to Black City. One of them grabs his throat and kind of starts coughing and wheezing, and drops to his knees.
Have a good day, gentlemen.
And the other guys start panicking. What's wrong? If they start looking at him, he can't
Breathe.
He can't breathe.
I'm an expert poisoneer.
I will cast Greater Restoration on Simon.
Simon, are you allergic to coffee?
After being cured with the Greater Restoration, I might be.
Have you ever had coffee before in your life?
No. This is the first time.
Oh, I thought he was going into labor.
Again, he's a man. He can travel into the room or be present at the birth, but he is not. He's not a seahorse.
And you know that for a fact, Si, because you looked at him with True Sight. Now what I told you, if he was a seahorse, this guy's just a man.
That'd be weird. Sorry, my friend, I didn't, guess I couldn't have even asked you if you're allergic to it. You would have known.
I'll be fine. Alright, guys, we should probably get going. And they all start marching away.
What was your name again, sir? The non-coffee drinker.
Simon.
Simon. Do you have a surname or just Simon?
Simon Cowell.
Simon Cow.
Cowell.
I think you might have talent, my friend.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you.
You might hear from me again.
And with that, they depart.
That boy is cursed.
So I was away. I wanted to say something. His name is Simon Cowell.
Yes. I told him he's got talent. What's your problem?
And I didn't see no horse.
I mean, I don't
Or a
think he has
cow.
talent. He seems like a person that could make like a nice little group together. Almost like
crap.
What do they call it? Kind of like a boys that are in a band, boy bands, like kind of thing.
11 people are a lot of people for a boy band. It's more like a dance crew.
Or an orchestra.
Or an orchestra. It has to be something very low on the, I figured it'd be something low on the required mental capacity for all of them to be a harem for those hags. Oh, poor man. Because that one is just plain hideous, and you know the cute one is a monster. There's no way you can get what? Sorry.
Should we open them? I don't know if they're beans. I don't know. Was this? Okay,
I believe they're mostly humanoid. I think night hags. I believe I've heard originate from the Fae or whatever. If there's a Fae, but I don't know. So you're gonna chop these things open and do again?
Oh no,
Yeah.
I can't chop them open. I was wondering if Archie wanted them to be chopped open, since his cardboard is just there, and he looks at crystals all the time, wanting them. Then again, I think they're low level.
I don't even. You keep saying this name as though your imaginary friend is going to appear and say something.
Oh, it's just a cardboard cutout right there. Like Archie's just there.
You keep saying this. Is his name Cardboard Cutout or Archie? Or is it just both? Is it Archie, Cardboard? I don't. You know what? Let's just continue on our path to where we were going. For we have been engaging in banter and glorious recompense for way too long.
I mean, we can pop the crystals out and find out later. Oh wait, we can't do that to these things. I do not.
Why not?
Humanoid.
That's what I said. There was a whole conversation me and frickin' Oni just had. Sai, are you okay? Do you need some coffee, sir?
Yes.
Okay,
As we
here
get on
you
the
go.
cart.
I have some good stuff. It's been a minute since I've actually poured this cup, I believe. Yes. No lie. I just poured it for Lynx. So I can give you semi-good coffee. I'll give you a good berry coffee. Sorry.
By the way, I keep forgetting about this ability. My magic book, Accounting and Validation of All Things, it gives me.
This is gonna make me so happy.
I get iridium equal to 20 times the CR of the creature on their corpse.
All right.
Do you get paid every time someone dies?
Yep.
Nice.
I said 20 times, right?
Yep.
I step away from Roran.
The money's just. Does it just pop out in the air, or does it
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I carry
Does it
the
appear
title.
in your pocket?
I carry the title
on
killed
the
like. Oh, on the body. Oh.
You find 900 iridium amongst the three. 4. Sorry. I forgot the big. Almost forgot the big one. I calculated. I just forgot. It was up there. Alright. You guys get back on the cart. Start your engines and take off. Try to see if I remember to take down the notes of how fast this thing is. I did. Um, 216. All right. You guys would get going. And get 1 hour down the road. You would find. Actually, first, an hour. Okay. Someone make me a perception check to keep watch. Mm-hmm. As you go down the road, Lauren, you notice a bunch of like birds circling a space somewhere off to the southeast. From what you can tell, they appear to be some sort of carrion bird.
What are we looking for again?
They're called cradles.
So the others, are those cradles? Pointing at the birds.
Could be.
Look up the monsters encyclopedia about them.
What rank are you guys getting?
See?
One second. All right. That way. Access denied. Higher level clearance is required.
We're rigged.
Volume 3, access required.
I think there's any way to get like to the administration account. I think we need like an administration username, and I bet the password is password 123.
Do you attempt to put that in?
I don't know any administration kind of username, so nah.
Okay, fair enough.
Use my name.
Is yours? Your administration?
So are you gonna try Toxic and then password 123?
No, yeah, why not?
Access denied. System notice. Service member 1V63S-011 has required maintenance and needs to come back to the hub. Notice has been outstanding for 1,926 years.
Looks a topic. Goddamn
one-
old.
Now what? What? You assume that I'm this thing, this number you got there?
Affecting 100, not like 1,000, like that much.
What are you talking
Like,
about? What you believe that I'm 1V63S-001 or 011? That's funny.
It's just malfunctioning. The world isn't even as old as that.
Right. You.
So let's go check out these cradle thingies.
yeah.
Every time we turn around, these guild cards are messing up.
I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad as like what happened before, at least, where it broke down because unknown cause.
Oh. God.
2 seconds. Apparently, I need to find something for someone at work. Just give me a second.
The worst.
Make sure they blame somebody for stealing it. Well, I require that of people when they ask me to find their missing tools. I couldn't find anything at my home to save the life of me. But if you were to go, hey Brandon, yeah, what's up? I'm missing my red snips with a blase blase, and then I just look at him and go, who stole them? And they're like, well, nobody stole them. I said, well, you have to blame somebody, or I'm never gonna find them for you. But I'm telling you, I'm good. I'm good, dude. I know. I just know where. I walk my shop a lot, so most of the time I've actually already seen the tool.
Ah.
Like, that's one of my favorites, is when people start describing what they're missing and I already know where the fuck it is. Because you can hand somebody the tool within like 30 seconds, they're like, how the fuck? I'm like, just don't worry about it. Just know you just have to fucking. That one dude asked for a hammer, he's like, and right when he started, I already knew where his hammer was. It was like 20 steps from me. I'm all just like, you gotta blame someone for stealing it. He's like, what do you mean? I said, that's my fucking rule, dude. And so he just said something, I walked away from him. He's like, dude, what's up? And I came back, he's like, what the fuck? I'm like, enjoy. How'd you? I'm like, I can't tell you my fucking secrets, dude. But yeah, I have to ask my wife where my shit is at home. All right. Now, what's satisfying is making a rectangle and realizing it's 12 by 22 2 by 14 by 24, and that does not make a fucking rectangle. And that will be the end comment from Topic as he goes and enjoys a crab boil. Have a good one,
man.
Alright, so you guys tried to look up cradles, found out that they are higher ranked than what you have access to. Goran saw some carrion birds kind of circling somewhere in the southeast. So are you going to investigate the birds, or are you just going to continue on your way?
Investigate.
Alrighty, Cardboard is going to adjust the course to go towards the carrion pile. Sorry, not carrion pile, carrion birds. Getting ahead of myself. And as you get over there, it's really quite a sight. You see just on passive glancing and what you can see, you see bodies and bodies and bodies of men of various races. It kind of looks like a battle ensued here, and their corpses were left just where they died.
Do
Hey, Roran.
Yeah.
Does that thing work like when you just come across bodies, or they have to die within your vicinity?
I think they have to die in my vicinity.
Okay. Oni, you were saying?
I was wondering how old the bodies look.
Make a medicine check. With a 29, you're gonna notice a few things. I'm assuming that you're going. So actually, let me step back. Are you going to stop the cart and allow Oni to actually examine the bodies, or is this going to just be at a distance you're examining the bodies?
Oni, do you want to do it from afar, or you want to get up close and personal?
I like to see a bit, kind of. I'll look from far just in case right now, because I know we've seen bodies where we know what's caused, maybe.
Okay, so with the 29, based on your original question, how old do they look? Several days. Make me an insight check as well. I might have some extra information based on that insight check. Basically, they look to be a few days old, not like... I'd say no older than 5 days. And with an insight of 28 combined with your medicine, you have this feeling, a practiced feeling, because you are, for all intents and purposes, you can now be considered, I believe, a veteran, or at least, is it a veteran or is it just seasoned? Hold on. I think you're seasoned. I think veterans are like 1 or 2 more levels above you. You are seasoned. Like I thought, you were literally at the last level of season before you could be considered a veteran adventurer. So, the reason this is relevant, your experience up till this point has been limited to a certain degree. I mean, you haven't experienced everything life has to offer, but based on the fact that these are about 5 days old, and based on the fact that where you ran into those hags, you're sure it would take a normal person and normal creatures, which if the hags are slowing down to keep up with their charmed creatures, it would take them approximately 5 days to get to where you guys met up with them. And you don't necessarily know the cause of death, but something probably less disturbing to you because you've encountered this before. Plus, let's be honest, your group is eclectic, eccentric, has done some strange things. But it looks like someone, just at a distance, it looks like someone has taken the time to open up these bodies to a degree, and they looked like they were looking for something. Based on your experience, your guess is that they were looking for crystals.
That's against the law.
Well, you guys have performed it, so you guys know what that should look like.
One thing that money effect, it only triggers if the target is killed by a spell that's been inscribed in the spell book. But I don't inscribe spells, so it doesn't work.
I'll give you a pass on that. As long as it's a spell that you know, we'll call it. We'll just ignore that part of the effect.
Okay.
This was supposed to be a bonus because you actually found a treasure in a group of junk, so I'd say it's fair to say that as long as it's a spell you know and you have the book, it's probably fair to say that that's kind of what they intended anyway.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep. So, Oni, you are fairly certain. I mean, you don't have 100% guarantee, but based on your medical diagnosis from afar and your insight into the scenario and your life of adventuring, you would hazard a guess that the hag and their group of soldiers had a hand in creating this pile of bodies, and that they were looking for humanoid crystals. And Rowan, just because of the way your power works, you do not recall finding crystals on any one of the hag's bodies.
Hags and have crystals.
You said you were using True Sight for the right in front of them, right? You didn't see any other crystals inside their body, right?
Look, True Sight's not X-ray vision.
Nap.
I feel like that's a phenomenon. Damn. Let's see if they had any surgery done on them.
Well, you should use your medical person.
Well, I mean, like over the soldiers that we met. See if they had any.
Oh, those guys?
Yeah.
Oh, half of them are pregnant.
They were pregnant?
Well, that's what the heck's keep them alive. Look, they cut all the crystals out of these dudes.
They also had their own, looks like they had their little military group. I wonder where they put the crystals at. How many bodies are there?
That is a good question. How many bodies were there? That you can see? 98.
Sorry, I'm wrong. There wasn't hundreds.
Well, I mean, you're at a distance, just to be fair.
Yeah, I was gonna say. We're just like
I think I counted that guy 4 times. So could we get up closer to find out? Because something took all the crystals out of all these people. That's worth investigating, right?
And who were these people? They were soldiers?
At a distance, you can't really tell, or at least he can't. Your perception would tell you that it's a wide variety. There's not one particular race, but they are all wearing military-like uniforms. Not the same as the ones that you ran into had, but very similar.
What were you saying, Oni?
We believe it was the hack that took the crystals, but we don't know where the crystals are.
Yeah.
the very least, we should report this to the Adventurers Guild, so I'm sure someone will want to retrieve the bodies.
Okay, they like talking to me. I've talked to them a couple times today. They keep telling me that the portal's not available. It's occupied. So I'm gonna message the guild and say, we didn't do it. We found almost 100 people with their crystals ripped out of them.
I don't think that's never a good way. Like, we didn't do it is how to start any conversation.
Or no, it's the best way when you're talking about getting crystals ripped out of people.
You could just say, we believe the hags have killed 100 people and took their crystals.
Do another sending. Due to the distance at which we encountered the hags and we found the bodies, we believe the hags are the ones that did it. So let's jump off this cart and go get closer, see if we can find out some more information, because I know they like when I send to them.
We are going to send guild adventurers to investigate.
We are here. What do you want us to investigate?
Cause of death, number, whether there was diseases on the bodies, poison, anything else that is pertinent information, such as what you've already mentioned of their body being desecrated.
Rowan, he called it a different thing than we called it. He called it desecrated, not decrystalled.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I show everyone, in case they didn't get the same message I got. So we gotta break out the med kit and find out diseases, other causes of death, their numbers, and all this other mumbo jumbo. Alright, who wants to do what?
I have pretty good medicine. I can check the bodies.
Alright, is that for is that for other causes of death, or is that for diseases?
Well, I know most about like exploratory surgery with creatures, so their methods for removing the crystals, I guess.
Okay, so you're doing that. We still need to find out about diseases. Oni, are you good on that?
No.
Medicine's wisdom based. It's like plus 10, even if you're not proficient.
Yeah, I could always do it, but my wisdom in this disease is. I could also. Oh no, that's freaking damn it. I was gonna say I thought I would speak with the dead, but sadly I don't.
I could attempt to speak with the dead.
I can speak with the dead. Hello, dead.
You talking to a dead body?
No, I don't know.
know.
I can speak with the dead, but they can't speak back.
It's a one-sided conversation.
It's up to them whether they answer.
And so you say you could?
Possibly.
All right, then.
You're gonna try to check for diseases.
Yeah. Can't look for, because I know they were gonna do contagious. Well, when I block one of their spells, when I counter spells them. So I know they at least know how to do something with diseases, perhaps.
So you approach the bodies.
Yes, we're gonna approach the bodies.
Do you approach as a group or one at a time?
As a group, I would think.
Yeah.
Well, I think if Roran's going for this body, I think I'm gonna go for this body over here. I don't know what Oni's doing. I'm looking for a body that's mostly intact, because my version of Speak with Dead is Raise Dead.
All right. Well, we'll find out how things are about to go. So I'm gonna start at the top. Oni, odd or even high or low?
Odd high.
All right. Grim.
That's a highly odd question, sir.
He took your highly odd. And Roran.
High odd.
I appreciate you guys. I do. I appreciate you.
That is hilarious. Everyone went with the same answer and only one of you failed. Because you pass and because you both got both sides of it right, which means 100% correct, neither of you are going to be affected by what happens next. Had you gotten it partially right, you wouldn't have done it yourself, but you still could have been hurt. Sigh.
Yeah.
You're a little overzealous. In your pursuit to find a solid body, you're a little careless.
Oh, yeah.
And as you go to flip a body over, to be like, okay, is this one correctly intact? Has he got enough for me to work
Looks
with?
good. Flip it over.
Yep, and as you flip it over, you realize it too late that there was something underneath the body. You see what appears to be a glowing glyph.
Hey guys, what's...
And that's exactly what happens. The 5 closest bodies to you, Sai, all start to glow a black energy, start to expand like water balloons, and then they... This does require a saving throw, so go ahead and make me a dex save.
This is just nasty.
I've not gotten to use this yet. And it's a good thing Roran put one of those hags to sleep specifically because she had access to magic that she wouldn't normally have access to. Which is why this spell exists. And a hail of blood, viscera, and bone fragments. These corpses explode. You're faster to the point where you're able to kind of just instinctually start to fly straight up. You're able to avoid most of the damage. You still take, what is that, 34, to reduce to 16 points of piercing damage. And since you did succeed, you also don't have to worry about making a con save next. Because the important part was that you avoided the viscera. The bones might have hurt a little bit because they become like daggers. And this is the spell, detonate corpse.
Nice.
You okay?
No. Yes. I found a whole one. It's not whole anymore.
I think I'll cast Detect Magic. And look for any other booby traps.
I also forgot. You will definitely see something, but I also forgot something. Sai, make me a perception check, because you just have true sight on all the time out to 5 feet, right?
Correct, sir.
Okay, so coupled with this perception check, Roar, and your detect magic comes to life, and immediately you know that you're not quite in danger because the space you're standing on is safe, but like 5 feet in every direction appears to be a corpse that has a glowing light under it. You also, hang on, I can never remember what glyph is. I think glyph is abjuration. Or is it transmute? Yeah, I was right, it's abjuration. So you see fairly bright lights of abjuration, but that's not the part that disturbs you, because you kind of understood that that's what just happened. There are more bodies here. Just like they're under invisibility. To the tune of, when you take a restock, your original count was 98, which is now minus 5. But what you see is roughly over 600 corpses. So yeah, like 502 bodies are lit up with illusionary magic that you did not see before.
Okay, there are a lot more bodies here than we thought. Alright, let's gather up on one end so that we're not surrounded by these, and I'll dispel magic on some of the runes from a safe distance.
I would also say this is a rare instance, because you've never seen this before, that it's just something cool. Because the way Detect Magic works, you know that glyph is an abjuration, but you also know that there's a spell stored inside. This lights up as something called Apocalypse Magic. But dispelling magic,
actually, if we're encountering an unknown type of magic, I might not dispel.
That's fair. You know it's Apocalypse Magic, but you've definitely not dealt with that before, in terms of, it's one of those things where you would see it in a textbook, and it's mentioned, so you know what it's supposed to look like, but it's not a natural school of magic. You have to do some evil shit to learn Apocalypse Magic, which makes sense because they were hags. And Oni did point this out last session, which is fair thing to point out. Hags form covens. Not usually outside their own species, though, so this one must have been up to some crazy shenanigans. Because most hag covens are made up of the same type. So if you have burr hags, you're going to have a burr hag coven. Annis hag coven. They don't generally work together very well because the ideology of each type of hag is different in how they got to being a hag and what their desires are. So they weren't very. They were definitely up to no good if they're wielding apocalypse magic, and so recklessly because based on the little space that you've traveled around, you kind of backtracked and found a safe space. You passed no less than 15 glyphs of warding.
So they would have taken 5 days. You said 5 days to get from there to the Black City, right?
No, it
From
would take
where
5
we
days.
are to where they were.
Yeah, where you guys met up with that group.
Okay.
Would have been a 5-day trek for normal people. You're aware that you have chocobos that go faster than the average person. Drastically faster.
The range on Dispel Magic is 60 feet?
30 feet.
120.
30.
No, that's how far you can actually cast it. Detect magic, though, once it's actually up, is a 30-foot radius.
No, sorry.
Oh.
It's Dispel Magic. I was wondering.
Oh,
It's 100
sorry.
feet.
I misheard you. That was my bad. I misheard you. Yes, it is 120 feet.
I think
within
that's
120.
If I can cast it from 120 feet away, I'll attempt a dispel on one of the glyphs.
Okay, so you would know right away as you try to dispel that this is higher than the average 3rd level, unless you intended to cast it higher than that.
No.
Okay, so then make me a ability check with your spellcasting ability, which I believe is Wisdom for you.
Yep. 12.
You have to roll equivalent of 10 plus the spell's level. So you would push the magic through. Practice as you are at this point, you understand that the art of dispelling magic can be kind of finicky sometimes. As you target this glyph and attempt to dispel it, you can feel the forces of it are a lot stronger. Well, not a lot. It's about mid-tier magic, which is anything above 5th, but still below 8th. So it's somewhere between 5 and 7. But you would know that your dispel has failed. There's magic within it is stronger than the amount of effort you put in.
Oh, here's an idea. My staff can cast Speak with Plants. We're in a field, right? There are plants around us?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll attempt Speak with Plants. See if they witnessed what happened here.
Crazy men being egged on by these hideous creatures, ambushed, blindsided. These men who were just getting ready to settle down. They had stopped their venture, and as the battle ensued, the men changed forms into these abominations. No longer what they were, but not entirely a new creature either. They killed and killed and slaughtered until none were left alive who opposed their grotesque mistresses. The mistresses then proceeded to peel into bodies looking for the source of life, the cradle of energy to all. And when they found them, they threw them over their shoulder, and that was the last we saw of the cradles. We do not know what the intended purpose was, but the one covered in red fluids cast an untold amount of magic, heinous magic. And then they proceeded in the direction of the cold.
Okay, we might want to warn the Black City about those soldier guys. There might still be some effects from the hags.
Right.
They can take down 600 men. Why'd they make them invisible, though?
Are them just ones that had the ruins, or is it just random that?
It was random as far as you could tell.
Because if somebody came by and just saw a bunch of bodies, they didn't see 600 bodies. Maybe this wouldn't have drawn as big a crowd.
Well, I feel like they wanted a crowd if they had all these bombs on them. Well, explode like all these kind of disaster level spells. Maybe it was much more of a bait that, like, you rather go and see like, would you rather go investigate something that has like hundreds, 90 bodies versus something that has like 60 bodies there, like 600?
Close, yeah.
Fair.
Oh yeah. I think you should alert the guild about this. See if we can get the mage guild to come out, so they can all have the detect magic and plus spell magic, all of this off.
They already are. We're on the quest. Guild cards, no.
But just so the mage guild can come over here and help, because there's like a lot of ruins plus the add disaster level spells. It'll probably be great to have like a whole bunch of mages be able to take care of it.
I'm gonna try another dispel. Let's back off from the bodies again. Make another wisdom check.
I'll give you guidance.
I'll also help out. My tech 2 will make it level 3 if that matters. I'm at level 4.
I will use my Pearl of Power to restore a level 3 spell slot. And I will cast another Dispel Magic. Are you putting up guidance again?
Yeah, I give you guidance.
19.
And with that, the spell would be dispelled. And you'd know that you did it with a little more than you needed to in that particular casting.
Okay. Now I'll go and examine the body.
So, did the plan to say? He said that there was like one man that like stood defiant at the end. Just, can you ask the plan to see where the body's at for that one? That one guy.
There was one that stood defiant, and I didn't remember that part.
I believe it was the last guy, right? Or did I hear that wrong?
You heard that wrong. No, nobody survived. And then the hags spent their time cutting the cradles or seats of life out of the bodies. And then the hag stood above the corpses and cast Venus magic.
Is that creature what the plant described to me?
And it actually would share it more than describe, but yes, that's what the men turned into.
Hey.
And when you examine the body, it's about what you expect. Without it exploding, you do, with a cursory check, notice that if this man had a crystal, it's gone. It's definitely been removed from where the crystal seats in a humanoid creature.
I don't know. I'm remembering this. I only would look at Sai and say, "Would Raising Dead even work? They don't have a crystal in them."
That's why I said I might be able to talk to the dead.
But isn't the crystal like a soul to us?
There's nothing in Raised Dead that says I need their crystal.
Is his body good enough to be raised dead?
One moment. As far as you can tell, it is in good enough condition that it could be raised with that spell.
We don't really
Oh, I
need
still have Scrolls of True Resurrection, don't I?
You do.
Yeah.
I mean, if this works, you don't have to waste that.
Yeah. Good point.
Once Roran is done, I will attempt to do Days of the Dead on the one that he has dispelled.
That does take an hour. So while Sai is doing this for an hour, do either of you want to do anything in particular?
I guess I'll update the what we've learned so far and inform them that we're attempting a resurrection on one of the bodies.
We will contact the Magi Assembly to dispatch mages to take care of the magical glyphs. Thank you for your report. Anything from you, Oni?
Nah, I would suggest that we go back to the hags at least before, once we're done with this, just to make sure that they didn't have all the crystals on them or whatever happened. Yeah, that would just be my suggestion. But that's it. Nothing else more from the hour.
Alrighty. Then an hour goes by. Second time's the charm, Sai. High or even, high or low.
That's a highly odd question to ask me. So,
Huh.
That's nowhere near.
Okay, well, your body is brought back to life. Its chest closes up, its wound stitches back into a solid piece, and its eyes open. Hello. Where am I?
Black Plains.
What is the Black Plains?
what's the last thing you remember?
Happiness. Joy. And the sound of 1,000. No. 10,000. No. Kind of looks down to the side like he's trying to recall something. I remember the sound of 1,000,000 screams. Fruits falling from trees. And then a cold, uncaring void consuming everything.
Well, welcome back. You're not dead anymore. I
wasn't dead. Kind of looks at you. I wasn't dead. I was whole. I was part of the cacophony. What have you done? And he, before you can react, he, grabs the front of your robes and starts shaking you. What have you done? What have you done? What have you done?
I removed you from the cacophony.
Coffee. Sai, where he is touching your cloak, it is rapidly freezing.
I don't think you're alive, sir.
His body starts to turn gray. You brought me back. Why did you bring me back?
So I think this is the perfect moment to kill him.
As you hear this creaking sound, and his arms start to grow longer and snap of skin and muscle and bone. His fingers beginning to grow longer.
I think that's the perfect time to cut head. Perfect moment.
I remember now. I remember where I was. I remember who I was. You shouldn't have brought me back, little Toon. And with that, if you do nothing, he just force palms right into the center of your chest, Sai. In this instance, you would be allowed to make a dexterity saving throw.
Sorry. Oh yeah, it's in different. That's 13, so it'd be a 33.
You're able to move out of the way if you choose to, but you get the sense that it won't take long for this creature to be able to actually surpass that save. Do you move out of the way? If it helps, this is a save or suck.
Yeah, I try and move out of the way.
Yes, with a 33, you are able to move out of the way. And you sense immediately that it was a good thing that you did, because as his palm moves forward, where it would have struck you in the chest, you see this gray energy just beam out. All of the plant life within a 5-foot line to about 500 feet down the way just dies. But it doesn't die like necrosis when necrotic damage or poison or acid are introduced. No, it just turns gray.
Thing undead?
No. Oh no.
Like that one episode of from Powerpuff Girls when that sad clown.
Kind of, except this is not exactly like the opposite of a tune. This is something else. But besides just being within its vicinity, you didn't get hit, so you were able to avoid it. But you feel like this is a creature that needs to be avoided at all costs unless you understand fighting with one of these things. You feel like you would have grown weaker, not only from the damage, but from the after effects. Because, like I said, this isn't death or necrosis. This is almost like nullification.
Let's kill it, Sai. Come on.
I attack it.
Go ahead and make your attack roll. As you go to swing with confidence, or at least some confidence because you are seasoned. You've been doing this a while, and you haven't really encountered very many creatures that you can't hit. It's not so much that you don't hit, it's as it collides with the creature's body. Let's see, your powers are normally derived from anime powers, and what kind of weapon?
Weapon I make.
So, would it have a rarity? Or is it more like a conjured creation? Like what symbol
More like
does?
a conjured. Yeah, I can create X amount of iridium with something, and I create these blades. It's just in a plain old assassin
Gotcha.
dagger. I think it's worth like 75 iridium normally.
Okay. As the dagger collides with the creature's body, you immediately feel the effects of weapon cease.
Oh, I didn't have weapon on.
Oh, okay, well, alright, scratch that. As the dagger plunges into the creature's body, it's liquid. It's like his skin and bone and muscle aren't actually there. It ripples like as if you're stabbing into a gelatinous water. And you see your dagger poof, and 75 iridium just scatters across the ground. That's not very nice.
You attacked first, so it's not very nice that you attacked me.
No, tunes. Always so difficult. Can't just accept when their time is up. Unfortunately, I have other things I need to do.
Can we do anything? Or
Oh yeah, no, you guys are absolutely welcome to interfere in the scene. It is happening in front of you.
Okay.
Just tell me what you'd like to try.
don't really have anything for holding a person.
I'm gonna grab some water. I'll give you guys some time to think this through. And when I get back, we can see what you guys come up with. Alrighty. Anyone have an idea? A plan?
Are we just going to attack this guy, or do we just want to stop him from leaving?
I think it's best to attack him as much. But even then, we saw that that side attack didn't work as much.
I already used my aura today, so I can't even do that.
This thing doesn't seem familiar to me anyways, right?
Not. How into history was Sai?
Oh, not into history. I just don't know if this thing is fucking tragedy.
Oh no, not that. He is not. He is definitely not. From what Sai has been told and has been sort of informed of Apprentice Primordium, this is not it.
If no one else is doing anything,
I was gonna use confusion on this.
yeah.
I was gonna make it where it's only it's in the 10 MP sphere. And hit it with confusion.
That's 5th level, right?
4th, but yeah, 4th. I'm not gonna upgrade it since it doesn't really. The leveling up doesn't really do anything except for just making the increasing the sphere radius.
Oni, as you tap into the weave, as you have before, you call upon the hand signs necessary. Pull the components out of your begin to speak the word confusion, and as you start to speak, his head snaps and looks at you and says something at the exact same time you say confusion. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, which is your own DC.
My own
You can let
DC.
Chaos Rain if you want.
Did I get that one? Oh shit. No. Yeah, you know what? Oh yeah. Chaos Rain.
Alright, go ahead and roll that at advantage. 25.
I think that meets my spell DC. Yeah, passes it by 1.
As soon as the word confusion leaves your lips, you almost feel the spell boomerang. Fortunately, you're prepared, and you're able to resist your own spell. As the spell wears off, knowing that there was a force that you are becoming familiar with that guided you to make the correct preparations to stop yourself from taking your own spell, you see these little red motes appear around you. And having just seen this happen to Sai, you kind of brace yourself, knowing that you're about to be struck by these little red motes. Except, he extends his hands towards you and just snaps his fingers, and all of those motes fly to him. And as each one impacts into him, he glows just a little bit brighter until the final one strikes him, and then he just kind of... And as he does that, you hear the slight jingle of bells as his back extends out, and he doesn't necessarily grow spikes, but it's like his spine protrudes in a weird, almost heartbeat shape. And he grows taller. Anyone else like to play?
Yeah, I want to play. The hole rips open in my chest, and a cannon pokes out, shoots him point blank for 177 corruption points. As I use gluttonous. Is it gluttonous or is it sin cannon now?
I think it's Sin Cannon. The attack impacts and he's blown back. At that distance, he'd be pushed back a total of 120 feet. And he drops down to a knee and is motionless.
Did you get him?
I will fly up to him so that I'm floating directly above him.
Okay, you're floating above him. He does not appear to be moving.
He's on one knee, you said?
Yeah, like down, like almost in a, like he's taking a knee, and both hands are on the ground flat.
Flying directly above him, I say, a man walked into a room, made a pun, and 10 people died. Just like that. Pun in, 10 dead.
One second. What is that counter to,
Cracker's at
Grim?
37.
37. That's right.
I got one wrong.
That would be 319 points of pun damage.
Resistant.
The creature is also struck. And now its body lays flat on the ground.
I would fly over to catch Roran. You are at 1. Never mind, you're good. Okay, I fly over anyways.
I would also walk over and ask if you need a heal.
Oni. You feel a prickling in the back of your neck. And you hear the word. And you feel this rush of energy coming towards your neck. In the next instant, all of you find yourself in a room. Pretty much black. Like it's made of black marble. With a bookcase that extends on each side up into the ceiling. A wingback chair. And a fireplace that glows with a black flame.
Also, what you whisper, kind of cut it out a little bit.
Psych.
A psych?
Like, psych! Us older fogies will know what that means.
Psych on the list?
He's not dead.
So I still feel the prick in the back of my neck.
No, that chilled feeling is gone. You'll see, man, you've seen one of these before. Sigh. You see a man clad in a business suit with skeletal-like angel wings. He's kind of like bent over, hands on knees. I got you in time. One second. You, and he'll cast heal on, no, he'll cast mass heal on Roran. Which is probably overkill, but he doesn't know better.
Thank you.
Wait. Were we gonna die?
Yeah, well, you were my young friend.
What? Oh, why?
Because what that thing is for. Or rather, it doesn't have a purpose, it just is a thing. You sit down. She goes over to one of the chairs and sits down.
So, by helping somebody, we released something.
Well, I'm not entirely aware of the circumstance. Try to explain to me from the beginning what you did.
We'll explain everything that happened, like from the hag to the area that we met. So I only will. Like from the hags to the 600 bodies we found, and how we raised dead one of them.
He's kind of rub his temple. Well, I know what they were doing now. I didn't think that magic still existed. Thought that was wiped away when most of the fiends were destroyed.
What magic's that? Was it
You mean that apocalypse magic?
Yeah.
Yes, it's... Very few know it. And those who know it don't generally share it. The only ones who were open about sharing that type of magic were fiends. But I guess it is... Did you say one of them was bloody? Dripping with red liquid? Blood. That would definitely do it. Red hags are similar to night hags in the fact that their magic is not derived from fey origins, but rather fiendish origins. They draw their power from the necroverse. That hag may have had access to a fiend who knew that magic before the tragic cataclysm, as the demons are calling it. The spell she used was something is lost in translation, but best I can put it is seen unseen, bring back something from the past. It corrupts resurrection type spells to create an instance of paradox. Because to explain a little better, resurrection magics would restore a crystal. The crystal is only a housing unit for a soul, or the energy that is equivalent to a soul. But it's not necessary for a soul to return to the body. The crystal would just reform around the soul. But this particular spell anticipates the use, or rather shows that the caster anticipated the use of resurrection magic to reach into the past to bring a creature to the future. I don't know if this was their intended effect as far as what they wanted, but they could have very well brought back a fiend. They could have brought back I hate to say it, they could have brought back the younger version of Tragedy if they wanted to. The clown called Ugo. And without having direct access to the moment they cast the spell, I could not tell you if this was their intended effect or the random intersection of paradox.
Is it still in the material plane? I thought it did say psychic, but
The problem is that there is no way to track the creature. They divination doesn't work on them, sensors don't work on them, and even divines have trouble seeing them. It feels like an absence, so a properly instructed and trained person could find one, but it's still very difficult.
I have a fate card. If I were to tear it to change the event of us doing Raised Dead, would it be able to prevent it from coming back?
It's possible. Assume. Fate. Yes. As long as you're not targeting the creature itself, you could undo the thing that created the creature in the first place. Or not created the creature, but brought it forward.
I think it's worth it.
Same. That having that creature out in the world is, or even the like in existence right now, it's too dangerous.
Yes, it is better. It is better that the creature stay in current form that it is at the current time than the one that just came from the past.
Only with like
What's going to stop us from doing the same thing over again?
I think Oni remembers, and
Yeah, but only lies.
not all the time.
See, he's lying right there.
I think you'll have to trust me, because I don't think I'll be able not to panic when we're going to try to bring it back. Suddenly start panicking out of nowhere, you know. That's going to probably be like, oh, we shouldn't.
Alright. Do it.
Only with pull out the fate card and rip it to change the event of us doing the Raise the Dead on the corpse.
As you rip the card and make that your target, your mind is transported back. Actually, hang on. Are you trying to avoid or erase?
what's the difference?
That's literally what the card asks. Are you trying to avoid or erase?
I guess it would try to be erasing this timeline where it comes over here, right?
So you just want to erase the event from happening.
Yeah, I believe that would be.
Then there is no need for time travel. You would tear the card, and it would glow, and you would see the effects spread. And the man holds his temple. And then blankly stares off into space for a moment. I'm so sorry. I didn't see you there. Is there something I can help you with? Do you have an appointment with the master?
How much do you remember?
Everything.
No.
We accidentally unleashed something horrific. You brought us here to warn us and to save us from creature. But then we used a fate card to undo the event, so it's been resolved.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. I guess just don't do what you did again. Yeah. Cool. Is there anything else you required?
Can we tell you what it was without invoking what happened to prevent it from happening again? He used the word paradox before, right?
Yeah, he used the word paradox.
Yeah, you said something about a paradox. Are we able to talk about it without that?
Here, he goes over to one of the shelves and pulls out, archaically, a piece of paper, an ink well, and a quill. Write down the location. Don't give any details at all. Just
There's
tell
a
me.
whole lot of mages going there right now.
I mean, as long as they don't do what we did.
Do you want to take that?
Write down the information without telling me anything, and I will pass it. If it has to do with that, with paradox, we have people who are specific for that sort of thing.
All right. Aurora, do you want to write it down, or do I write it down and then you tell the mages to fuck off?
I'll message the mages.
I don't mind telling somebody to fuck off. They already don't like me.
I'll message the guild and say that the hags were engaged in some sort of resurrection corrupting ritual. The site do not attempt to raise any of the bodies. That's
We'll pass the information along.
I think it's just safe bet to tell them not to touch. Just don't go to the zone. Higher beings are gonna handle it.
I'm writing down all the information, and then I say out loud, I've been talking to Mr. Coffee lately, and we've seen a lot of plays. And there was this one play where they kept telling the guy to not, don't touch anything when he goes back, and then he went back with a sledgehammer.
I never heard this play.
well, we didn't go back in time, so
I'm just saying we could use a sledgehammer.
Honestly, I don't even
but
want
we
to be
set
there.
off the runes.
Yeah.
I don't even want to be there.
Oh, we could set off the runes.
Yeah.
Just create a chain reaction and destroy all the bodies. That would be pretty quick.
Do you think that would summon it?
Oh yeah, that might have been like an alternate ritual or something. If they're sending,
Yeah, like column A, if someone did this, they summon this motherfucker. Column B, if someone does this, they summon this motherfucker. Column C, if they do all the above, they summon these three.
Yeah, I just think we should just let whoever
Let the
do
specialists handle it.
paradox. Yeah.
Yeah, they can summon something next. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, I'll also message the guild. Some divines are sending specialists to deal with the situation.
Noted. Now I need to see if this is one of those moments.
Oh no.
Good to know. Yeah, so, cool. Is there something else you needed?
No, I can take us back to our cart, I believe. This place isn't warded against plane shift outward.
Not to you lot. Just, you wouldn't be able to get in.
Right.
Not a normal plane.
After I write down everything that happened, the last paragraph is, if we come across this again, can you tell us how to fight it?
You can't. All you can do is run. That's what, when he reads your note, that's what he will say. These... If it is what I think it is...
It was down to 1D and then it was on the ground.
If that was the case, it was playing with you.
It said psych to me. Like it was psych, and then I think what his previous self said, alternate self said was I was gonna be dead.
Okay. This creature has been in your universe, your reality once. I believe you called it the Day of Mourning.
With gray clowns?
Yes, that is exactly what that was. Only, if what is described in these, in this page as what was done, it was probably still in the process of reforming.
Was it the day like half the mages died, or more?
70%.
Everybody died.
Yes.
Killed all the leadership and
Yes, that. But more specifically, the one you're describing isn't the gray clown, it was the gray beast. In apocalypse magic. So vile. That always causes trouble.
Say that again. He almost got, as I pointed out, he almost got devoured by one of them, by those little bombs that they set up.
If you run into one and have no method of escape, then your best bet is to keep as much distance as possible. If it strikes you, it has the ability to rob you of your powers, your experiences, even divine blessings. And that one...
another blade.
Do you have 75 iridium on you?
I mean,
I never used money before.
would you lost your blade since the timeline's erased? You would have kept the blade now.
Yes, I do have 75 iridium on me. No, I don't. I have 0 iridium. I have steel and emerald.
What have you done with all your iridium?
Why throw that stuff away? Use it.
You go to form a blade, and... Hold on. Something you've never made before appears in your hand. It's a dagger, but there's a string attached to your wrist and a string attached to the hilt.
The hell is this?
Dagger with a string.
Oh, hang on. No, sorry. There is one that's exactly what I was looking for. I was bumping it up because you have an emerald on you. Sorry. Rephrase. It's still going to be weird to you. As the hilt spawns in your hand, there's no blade. But you feel, as your hand is enclosed around the hilt, like...
Switchblade.
Have you ever tried one of those squeeze lighters that have like the really weird bendy neck?
Yeah.
You feel like the handle has like one of those levers on it where you squeeze.
Attempt to point it away from everyone and I attempt to squeeze.
A blade, as long as a normal dagger, is produced. It's like the dark sword from Mandalorian. It is this black blade of crackling energy.
What the hell is that?
Not like a switchblade.
Go, guys.
Before leaving, you might have to tell us your name. We didn't get that. Only just looked at you. Then looks back at the guy in the suit. We didn't get to get your name when we got teleported, or when you saved us.
Roll 97172B-090. I am a butler to the House of Death.
Hi, aren't you colleagues then? Isn't like he like your colleague?
This guy?
Yeah, I think so. Works with death. He always praises some like death god.
Yeah, he's scroll -1000234-001.
Thought I recognized you.
Ironically, this is actually the same guy you saw the first time you came here. Anyway, I wish you safe travels.
Yes, thank you for all your help.
Yes, thank you.
And I'll plane shift us back to our cart.
Such a weird time. Killing hags. An hour later, resurrecting a fiend from the past. Very weird day to start.
Funny, because Sai and I literally had the same idea, except his was a cannonball, and I was going to have wooden Archie laser him. Same effect.
I would have rather Archie laser beamed him.
Why did he go after poor Oni? Oni is just like, oh, you know, I'm gonna go hit. I'm gonna go. I'm asking to heal, and the next, you know, psych, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna die. Poor Oni. Then again, I think he killed all the killed mages, so the only mage that was here.
What does so an unarmed attack that you're not proficient in is 1 plus your strength mod.
Correct.
Where's my test sheet? I need to see something. You might have lived, Oni. I don't think 265 damage is too high.
I would have been knocked out, but not killed. At least not outright killed. Yay! Man, I would have been just knocked out there on the floor.
So back on the road to find these cradle things.
Yeah. Going back to the normal world now. Man, the world is very much wanting to die, doesn't it? There's like so much things happening. There would have been had that on top. So you know what would have been how much more hell would have been on this world.
One moment, I'm scrolling back up to where I rolled all this a while ago. There it is. 2, 4, 5 more hours goes by. Uneventful. Where did start? Ooh, what? This seems wrong. One moment. There we go. It's better. Now, what happened to you? I actually somehow delete you off the thing. That's about where we were. 216 times 10 or times 5 is roughly like 1100, 1130. Let's say you get to about there. And yet again, the world seems out of whack. But give me a second. I thought I had already imported these, but apparently I didn't. So let me get these imported real quick. Literally thought I did this as I was telling you guys about it. Well, those are importing these about real quick.
Same.
Decisions. Do I get some more drink or do I not? I'll be right back.
I'm back. Set up the next scene.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back. I will leave it up to you guys. You guys are down 2 people, and this is rated as an A rank quest. Do you feel confident you guys can do it yourselves, or would you rather wait for the other 2? I'll let you see the scene first so that you can understand.
Yeah, I'd rather wait for the other 2. See. So this is element?
Yes, so Unfortunately, not having the next level up for your guild card, you don't know what these are. But essentially, cradles are like conduits. They are elementals, but they're like elementals that possess structures so that they can open gateways to the elemental planes.
Oren, what do you think?
I'm okay waiting for the others.
Because I'm on the side to fight, but that's just because the two calmer heads prevail.
Okay, that is fair. So we can hold off on the scene for now.
Yeah.
Is there anything you guys would like to achieve since we still got? I mean, we don't have. We could end now if you guys want, but I mean, you guys also get some time to do whatever you want here. We can call it a flashback, if you will.
I just had a question about my demigod status. How many times a day can I channel divinity?
Right now, one. Well, it's not okay. So it does say in the book one, but I did change that, so that's gonna be one of the things that gets updated. It's gonna be per short rest. So it's one per short rest right now.
And does it go up by rank, right?
Yes. But I will say it's minimum one. Because most things in D&D are written as minimum one, so even at rank 0, you can still channel divinity once. And you do gain access to all channel divinities underneath the domains that you have. As well as technically access to those spell lists.
So, the event was erased, but stuff that we did wasn't erased.
Correct. You did not go backwards in time, rather you just erased the event from time.
So I still lost the 177 corruption points.
Yes.
And I did roll, because it says, like, if you do this, you have to roll a d20, and if you get under a 5, you get damnation point or whatever, and I got like a 19.
So you're good.
It was the d20 right after I rolled the
Yeah, I saw it.
101.
Yeah. I assumed that's what you rolled for.
Oh yeah, what happened with the Chaos Rain? Did he take that? Oh.
Uh-huh. That Chaos Rain did not exist until a certain event happened in Season 2.
Did it look like he took the corruption damage, the chaos damage?
So I would say that yes, to you it looked like he took the damage. He did not walk away from that unscathed, but the form you saw probably seconds before you were ripped away, the one that was about to attack Oni, did not appear damaged at all.
There was another form that washed over to him?
They're paradox creatures. They create paradox as they go. There's a reason why 50% of the population died just because of that one creature. They are nearly impossible to fight.
Beautiful fate card saved the day.
Yes, it did.
Yes, thank you, Oni.
Oni almost took a full paradigm chop. The creator of that creature, who is also the creator of Lynx, gave it an ability called Paradigm. And that allows it to, once per turn, when it makes an attack, a spell attack, a saving throw, basically it takes any one instance he's allowed to shift his stats around. He still has to have, say, 1 in everything, because if you go below 0 in certain stats, it just kills you. Like Constitution, for example, if you go to 0, you stop breathing. But he's able to shift his stats around in a single instance. And that's why I would have dealt like 295 damage, or what did I say? 265.
During the downtime, only would have just been I forget how much. The amount of energy or anime points he has left. That's trying to get better at his pro-cognitive anime probably. Pro-cognitive. So cognitive. So trying to get better at seeing into the future.
Learning when to use it properly, things like that.
Yeah, and also being able to nail down, instead of seeing all the timelines, trying to nail down the one that are most has the higher percentage of happening.
Gotcha. That is a good choice.
And you called the magic that was in the glyphs
Apocalypse?
Well, the glyphs themselves are abjuration magic, but yes. They would have at first shown as necromancy, because technically all apocalypse magic, I think, is necromancy. But due to the heinous nature of the spell itself, or the spell school itself, it would show, if necromancy shows as a black aura, apocalypse magic shows as black with red blotches, and the red appears to be almost on fire. Oh, it's wrong. Apocalypse magic actually has a nice variety. I thought every time I look at it, it's only necromancy, but it looks like there actually are other, there's abjuration, enchantment, evocation. It does still, I think my statement still stands. It looks like it's mostly necromancy, but it does have a smattering of other types.
Okay. But at first glance, it's usually the necromancy sticks out the most.
Yes. Or whatever the primary status. So if it's abjuration, it would just pose as abjuration, and then it would almost be red bubbles that are on fire start to kind of show up in the aura itself.
I've been saying for this Monday to find out what's gonna happen.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out to stream today. If you enjoyed our content, please feel free to drop us a follow. We would really appreciate the support. And tune in Mondays and Wednesdays for our D&D content. Want to keep up with the events and extra streams? Please check out our Facebook and Twitter to keep up to date on the schedule releases and updates for the streams, including extra streams that we may not have on schedule. And if you would like to see previous content that we've done, check us out on YouTube at Epitaph of Creation. Thank you so much for coming out today, and have a good night, everybody.